out of theater reaction stuff, and this is my spoiler-free thoughts on the big-time release this weekend. They've been hyping it for, I mean, months at this particular point amongst all of the different, like geek and nerd circles of film coverage that I frequent on the YouTubies. But Project Hail Mary, you see that handsome mug of Mr. Gosling there. And so, this is coming at us from MGM Studios, who is now actually owned by Amazon. So, Bezos reaching deep into those pockets to, get a film studio. And as I said, they've been hyping the hell out of this because they're, first and foremost, a week ago, there were Prime member exclusive screenings. And then this past Monday, they had even more of them. And so you could have gone and used your AMC A-list or something of that nature to, check it out this past Monday. Unfortunately, that was the same evening of the early screening of I Swear, so I made kind of a executive decision to roll with that one instead. And I must say, I'm kind of happy that I did, because while the very cheery, hopeful, almost goofy nature of this at times may be something that resonates with a lot of people, it most definitely didn't hit with me the way that I was kind of hoping that it would. Now, this is from Drew Goddard writing the screenplay, but it's the same author as The Martian, which Drew Goddard also adapted. Now, that one was directed by Ridley Scott. This one is done by Lord and Miller, who, were very notoriously fired from the Solo, a Star Wars story movie, over tonal issues. And I can kind of see how this film embodies their sensibilities a little bit more, but really the goofiness at times, when Gosling's character, this school teacher who has some interesting insight as to why the sun is starting to die out and becomes part of this mission to go in and assist with it, despite having no astronaut training or anything of that nature. This, I guess, jives with their sense of humor and the goofiness a little bit more, but for me, it just meant that I couldn't feel the stakes of trying to save the world as much as they probably wanted me to, based on that tone. It is kind of goofy, it is kind of lighthearted at times. It's not full on comedy or anything, but it's most definitely of that ilk where, I've seen a lot of films before where trying to recharge it, like Sunshine by Boyle is one of my absolute favorites, even if it goes into slasher territory later on. Gosling is fine, but I'm not the hugest fan of his anyway. And then Rocky, without getting into too many details, fist my bump and all this stuff, it was just kind of sophomoric humor that, I don't know, didn't resonate with me as much. And then you've got Sandra Hüller in here, who I felt was miscast, because Zone of Interest, Anatomy of a Fall, she's a tremendous dramatic actress. She didn't work as well in this role for me, so I don't know. Others may appreciate it significantly more than I did. It's a beautiful looking film, but just I didn't like it that much.